What is up, everybody? Welcome back to World of Tanks. Today I have two episodes in one episode. I am going to show you one pretty ridiculous battle with Type 5 Heavy. You are going to see why this vehicle is one of the most broken vehicles in the game at the moment. And I am also going to talk about patch 9.20. And in that patch we should receive some rebalancing to the Japanese heavy tanks. Starting from tier 6 or maybe tier 5. OY experimental was tier 5, I believe. So enjoy the gameplay on the background, played by Nia Necro. Just crazy and ridiculous battle. And while you are enjoying this gameplay on the background, I am going to talk about what Wargaming is thinking about doing. And I have to say, I am not happy, actually. Because in my opinion this is not going to be enough. This goes mainly to the tier 9 and tier 10 Japanese heavy tanks. But they said that the purpose of rebalancing Japanese heavies is to improve the branch balance, to save the battle effectiveness of Japanese heavies, and at the same time to create equal conditions in the battle for the vehicles of other nations. So what they are going to do with Type 4 and Type 5 Heavy, they are going to lower the armor in the frontal meat plate, if I can say so, in the hatch area. But what do you think? Is this going to be enough? I'm going to show you one picture, so you can see that they are going to lower the armor in the hatches area, in the meat plate area, from 280 to 260 on the right side of the tank and 270 on the left side of the tank. So those two hatches are going to be kind of a weak spots on Type 5 Heavy. But let me show you the armor profile. So those two hatches at the moment are 280 millimeters thick, as we can see, and no other weak spots other than commander hatch. Okay, commander hatch is a weak spot under angle like this. It is only 260 millimeters thick. Okay, but let me show you what happens if you angle your Type 5 even a little bit like this. I don't know, this is maybe 25 degrees of an angle or something like that. Still no weak spots, 300. This used to be a weak spot, by the way, but now 332 even under angle like this. Commander hatch stays the same, of course, because it is circle shape or roundish shape. Lower plate, nope, 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 nope. And ooh, what do you know? From 280 to 308. From 280 to 296. So at the moment this plate is 280 millimeters thick. Angling your Type 5 gives you 20 millimeters extra effective armor. This plate is going to be lowered from 280 to 270. Is this going to be enough? No, there are still only few guns that are able to penetrate Type 5 frontally. This plate is 327. So this is not going to be enough, and sadly same goes to the tier 9 Japanese heavy tank as well, Type 4 Heavy. Let's take a quick look. So visual, boom, done. It is a little bit less armored tank, but still no super effective weak spots. Type 4 is able to, or Type 4 is getting penetrated into the old weak spot, which is over here, if it is going to angle its tank a little bit by almost every single tier 10 tank, I believe, easily. So Type 4 is not that ridiculous if it fights versus tier 10s. It feels actually weird to even say that, but Type 4's frontal hatches are also going to be nerfed a little bit on the right side from 260 to 240, and on the left side from 260 to 250. Yeah, but Type 5, in my opinion, this is not going to change anything. But they said that the frontal armor of these vehicles, unlike Germans of the same class, didn't have any weak spots and could only be penetrated with premium rounds. I believe this is still going to be the case. And they are also going to buff Type 5's speed a little bit. Their maneuverability and speed will be adjusted, so they are a bit better than what the mouse has. Okay, so you add, I don't know, fictional weak spots on the tank. and you buff the speed. But at the same time you keep one of the most ridiculous things about this tank the same, which is premium ammunition. That you are going to see from the gameplay action as well. And Necro is going to use some premium ammunition, but I am not going to blame Necro, because if Wargaming was stupid enough to implement this kind of premium ammunition when you have to pay more credits to deal more damage, then go for it. Go for it. I am not going to blame you. And I actually do not mind that we have few super heavy tanks like Type 5 Heavy, like Mouse, that are almost impenetrable frontally. You have to flank them, you have to kill them by flanking them, and so on. But how they are balanced, how their guns are balanced, the Mouse's DPM gun handling is godlike to compensate the speed. I believe the speed is the only weakness about Mouse at the moment, and Type 5 has just ridiculous gun, and then there is that premium ammunition thing. Super heavy tanks, they should be super heavily armored. They are frontline warriors, but for the maps that we have in World of Tanks and for all the balancing and ammunition economy, this is simply not working out at the moment. And a lot of people are saying that, and yeah, this is the thing at the moment. Type 5 Heavy and Mouse, they are the easiest tanks to play, the easiest tanks to get decent scores with, because angle your tanks just a little bit, few bounces, premium rounds are coming in, but you have 3200 HP to share with the enemy team, and at the same time you are able to deal a lot of damage to the enemy team, and you are still going to see some bounces. Yeah, okay, so that was a tiny little rant about Type 5 Heavy and about the super heavy tanks at the moment. Once again, I do not mind seeing them in action, but for the maps that we have in the World of Tanks, it is just bad. Bad. Let's move on into the tier 8. OHO is going to receive new type of ammunition. OHO will get premium ammo with an armor penetration value of 250 to 260. So this is going to be yet another super nasty gun with awesome penetration and most likely with 750 alpha damage in tier 8. What is not to like, I have to ask. Moving on, the OY will get a bit weaker rear armor. And I have to say I quite like what they are doing with the OY. Back of the turret from 175 to 120. Some plates in the rear of the tank from 205. We had 205 millimeters thick armor in the rear of the tier 6 heavy tank. So from 205 to 145, which is awesome. Rear meat plate from 160 to 110. On the sides from 150 to 105, and lower plate from 180 to 120 millimeters thick. So I have to say I really like those changes to the OY, because OY was a little bit too strong as well, to say the least. It was like KV2 that had one super sexy armor. But moving on into the tier 5, where we have OY Experimental. And now this tank's frontal armor is actually going to be buffed. Turret cheeks, frontal turret cheeks from 85 to 115. Frontal meat plate from 80 to 105 millimeters thick, and frontal upper plate from 135 to 155. But additionally, the 105mm gun will be removed from this vehicle, since it was too effective at tier 5. That was that super nasty tier 5 derp gun. So at least we have something good going for this tank, which is nice. And these are all the changes to the Japanese vehicles, hopefully happening in the patch 9.20. They are testing it on Super Test server, 9.20's Super Test server. But we just have to wait and see what is going to be the final version of those rebalances. But what do you think? What do you think about those upcoming changes with the patch 9.20? All the information, by the way, was from the official World of Tanks Facebook page, so it is as official as it gets. But I believe I have been rambling over here for quite some time now. Let's see how this battle ends as well. Played by Nia Necro with Type 5 Heavy. Matchmaking, as you saw, was pretty much as good as it gets, and ooh, some penetrations, what do you know? 123 damage received from the artillery as well, from the direct hit from tier 10 artillery. 123 damage done. How about that? Hello, there it is. Let's see if... Nope, D30 is going to block the shot. That was actually luckily pretty good for that guy, because otherwise that 261 most likely shoot or would be dead already. Ooh, nice crash. Enemy AMX 5100 crashed, and artillery is not able to get away this time. Boom, in it goes, and D30 is moving in as well and bounce. 200. What is D30's penetration? 276? If I remember correctly, or something like that. It should be around 270. Second D30 and yet another bounce. And guess what, guys? 7,887 damage done and 8,700, or sorry, 9,480 damage blocked. 268 is also over here, and yes, this is why I said you are going to see one super ridiculous battle with Type 5 Heavy. We have our own D30 over here as well. Double D30 action. Boom, boom, boom. Ooh, penetrated actually. And for quite nice amount of damage. 874. Ooh, double hit. 555 damage done into the first D30. And the second guy was splashed by 154 damage. So, nice. Let's move on. D30 took the shot, and D30 should be a one-shot. Come on, actually I would shoot under the tank, because shooting under the tank with super high damage HE shell like Type 5 has is going to deal a lot more splash damage. It works especially versus super heavily armored tanks like tier 9 VK4502B maybe, versus Mouse. Sometimes you can see 600-ish rolls, or you can simply shoot the frontal turret as well, if it is not angled, and you can splash into the top of the engine bay doing that. But only 2 tanks left, 2 tier 8 tanks left, and guys, this is the thing. Type 5 Heavy can face tier 8 tanks, and tier 8 tanks that are alive at the moment are not able to penetrate Type 5 Heavy frontally, not in a million years. But this is what I said. We have tanks like this in the game, and I am not extremely mad about that situation. What a time to get 1,200 damage with 1 HE round. But I am not mad that we have this tank in the game. But what I am mad about is all the rest of the things, the ammunition choice, maps. Those tanks are simply not for the maps that we have in World of Tanks. Tier 8 tanks, they shoot, flank Type 5 Heavy, and this should be the only way how they can kill Type 5 Heavy. And at the moment this has to be the case, but on most of the maps it is super easy to prevent that, to prevent getting flanked. Boom, done. Easy kill, and this game is over. So let's see what the Nia Necro was able to get for this battle. Ace tanker, some ribbons, cool-headed, high caliber, top gun, defender, and steel wall as well. So that defender from the M4A1 Rebalance. Nothing that guy was able to do really, and this battle was 24,000 WN8, aka E-penis worth of battle. 11,000 damage done on the dot, beautiful number, 6 kills, 1.5k raw experience, and what a carry. More than half of the Necro's team did under 1,000 damage, which is not something you would like to see. On the enemy side it was a lot better. We had 3 guys with no damage. The enemy team had only FE4202. How many shots? 3 shots, no penetrations. Yeah. What can you do? Bad luck. 24 shots fired in total, 23 hits, 23 penetrations. Well, this is HE round for you. Always going to show as a penetration, show up as a penetration. And what do you know? Nia Necro only lost 17,000 credits. Pretty amazing. And by the way, blocked by armor. Close to 10,000 damage. So we can say that this battle was 21,000 combined damage, ton damage blocks battle. He wasted close to 10,000 enemy team's damage. 38 shots received, 31 non-penetrations. 31 non-penetrations. This is a lot of wasted time. A lot of wasted time on the enemy tanks. Reload time, I mean. So, yeah, ladies and gents, Type 5 heavy tank in World of Tanks at the moment. That is going to be nerfed to the ground with the patch 9.20. Not really. But I hope you enjoyed today's episode featuring Type 5 Heavy, where I talked about patch 9.20. Let me know what you think. Once again, thumbs up if you did enjoy my video, thumbs down if you did not enjoy my video, if you hate my guts. Take care and